Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your reading for mid-August 2024. You have this Pisces card. It says boundaries on it. Set and honor your boundaries to avoid being taken advantage of. You have a strategy card. It says plan, scheme, strategize your future, and take the next right action for your life. So let's see here, Virgo. You have the Strength card, the Star, and the Tower. What a combination there, Virgo. So the Strength card, of course, is about being strong. Readings where we have like the Star and the Tower actually aren't too bad. It's not too bad because the Star comes up after the Tower. The Star represents healing from a Tower moment. So I wouldn't be too worried about this right here. But what I would say is I feel like you've probably developed, what this is saying is that you've developed a lot of strength because of the Tower. And how funny is this? You have this Bushfires card, which is kind of like a wildfire card. And usually, like when things burn down, in a wildfire, the life returns like 10 times stronger. After a wildfire, the trees and everything grow back like 10 times stronger because all the nutrients have been returned to the soil. I literally said the same thing to Pisces, by the way. So if you have Pisces in your chart, you might want to go watch the Pisces reading. They didn't have that, but they had cards that kind of represented like a wildfire in their life. So very similar, very interesting. I always say that you and Pisces are the most similar opposites in the in the whole zodiac for me as a reader, I should say. So it was very similar. Your reading is much better than Pisces reading. Pisces reading was a little bit of a challenge, but again, if you have Pisces in your chart, it might show you some things, so you might want to watch it. But the Tower definitely would represent kind of like a wildfire. And again, I think that you have developed a lot of strength because of the fires that you've put out in your life. And now it's probably time for you to show the world the strength that you've developed. You have the Star and the Sun. In readings where I have the Star and the Sun, together, they're not really together, but they're in the same reading. It kind of represents fame and fortune. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be famous, but what it can represent is that you getting attention in work or business or your career or on your love life, doing that could make you very successful. So I think now is a great time of attention for you. Again, you have the Star. The Star can definitely represent healing from a Tower moment, which it looks like you are probably doing based off the fact that you have the Tower also showing up here. The Star can also be about having a North Star. Not only that, again, you have the Sun and the Ace of Swords also in this reading. The Ace of Swords is laser-like focus. The Sun shines a light on something. It's like a spotlight in your life. The Star is about having a spotlight. The Star is about having a North Star, having like a big goal, wish, or dreams, like that one thing that you really want to accomplish, or like one thing that you really want to get done, and like kind of really focusing on it so you make it happen. So I think it would be an amazing time for you to kind of work on a North Star, or if you have a big goal, wish, or dream that you want to accomplish, I would make it your focus right now. I mean, I think this is true for everyone. We have Neptune and Pisces. Neptune and Pisces is the big-ass, crazy-ass dream that you have for your life. We also have Saturn and Pisces, which says, if you put the work in, you can have it. So I think now is an amazing time to get to work on your, crazy, wild-ass dreams, whatever they are, and, kind of really get moving. You have the Tower. Again, the Tower I just feel is saying that you've experienced a Tower moment or multiple Tower moments, but these Tower moments have really taught you something, and like have taught you something really important, like extra important, based off of this reading. And I also feel like that you are growing back stronger. What's crazy is right after that Fire card, you have this Growth card. And so, again, clearly this reading is talking about some improvements after a Tower moment. Let's see. With the Strength card, you have the Judgment card. Yeah, I've noticed a lot of judgment in readings, in not just this set of readings, but in the August readings in general, have had a lot of this judgment energy. I think that, the astrology is pretty interesting. I mean, we have Mercury going retrograde in Leo. It is going to retrograde into Virgo, but, it doesn't matter. We also, at the end of the year, will have Mars retrograding in Leo, almost in the same spot of the sky. So, I don't know. It's kind of like interesting that all these things are happening kind of like in the same area of the sky. And, whenever this happens, I think that, there could be certain things that are being highlighted in our lives, obviously. And one of those things that could be highlighting for all of us is that we need to go get a new crown. Leo is like the king, So I think in the crown is falling off on the tower here. Leo's reading from last week was all about reclaiming their crown. But I think as a collective, everyone could be in this time of their life where they are reclaiming some sort of crown in their life, maybe a crown that has fallen off. And so, again, you're born very close to Leo. It could also be true for you. With the Star card, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, time to get to work. Knight of Pentacles says you see the dream in the Star. The Knight of Pentacles is the only knight that isn't making any moves. He's playing it too safe. He's being too cautious. So I think we're in an amazing time for risk. Now, I want to say that I think that we are in an amazing time for calculated risk. So I wouldn't be doing anything like crazy. But, if you are calculating your risk and you're kind of doing your research, then it probably isn't much of a risk, whatever risk that you're thinking of taking. With the Tower, you have the Page of Cups. This could also be a surprise. This could be like new love coming in for some of you as well, and it could be a little surprising. It could move very quickly. You have the Four of Wands right here, and so the Four of Wands, of course, can represent marriage or, getting married to a person. So some of you could also have the surprise of love entering into your life. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this speed card. It says movement on it. You have this bushfires. It says fury on it. Again, I think you've experienced like some wildfires in your life, and now things are growing much faster because the growth card says expect good money flow, a raise, or a new job offer. And so I think that things are growing after a difficult period of time. You could also be finally making a move with, you have that Knight of Pentacles, which is no movement. And then you have the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is moving on to calmer shores. You also have the Seven of Pentacles in this row, which is a change in direction. You also end with the Eight of Wands. So Eight of Wands is quick movement. It looks to me like you moving on from something that no longer serves you is going to lead to quicker results based off of this reading. So if you're doing anything that doesn't serve you, I would get rid of it. It's probably just a waste of time. You have the Seven of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles. I also think a lot of people are being asked this question as well, which with the Seven of Pentacles is the juice worth the squeeze? Are the things that you're doing every day, is it worth it or not? Are things moving you forwards or are they moving you backwards? And I can't answer that question for you. You have to answer it on your own. So again, I would examine, it's a Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde is a great time to look at, to analyze things and to really look at the activities that you do every single day in all areas of your life. And you're just weighing your options with the Two of Pentacles. I think you're just saying, some of the things I do are worth it. I'm going to do more of those things. Some of the things aren't worth it. I'm going to walk away from the things that aren't worth it. And I also feel with the Seven of Pentacles that it's just time for a change. He's looking at those Seven Pentacles and, he's already experienced growing those Seven Pentacles. And he might just be thinking to himself that he wants to grow something different or he just wants to have a different experience. So I feel for a lot of you that you could just want to change the work that you're doing or what you're working on for something new, because maybe there's just something new or better that you could be working on or creating. And I think you're just making a change. You have the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is the card of freedom or setting yourself free. So I feel for a lot of you that, it could be time for you to set yourself free from something. And it could be the Tower, right? Like sometimes we hold on to Tower moments, or sometimes we think we can rebuild the Tower. I will say that, the traditional meaning of the Tower is a tower. You're coming down to reality. You're seeing reality for what it is. And then you're rebuilding a new reality. And so what I would say here is I feel like some of you are kind of leaving a tower in the past, and I get more of a reinvention energy at this time. So you might actually just be leaving a tower in a pile of rubble, and you might be building a new tower, like a new tower somewhere else. It's like you're kind of building something new. I don't necessarily see you rebuilding something. I feel this is more a reinvention or, kind of like something totally new, if that makes sense. So, that's really what I get there. With the Six of Swords, you have the Nine of Cups. Heading straight towards fulfillment. Nine of Cups can be a wish, and I rarely ever say that on the Nine of Cups, because to me, the Nine of Cups is really a card of fulfillment in alignment. He is getting a wish because he is fulfilled in alignment with what he wants. But I actually feel you're getting a wish. I mean, you go down to the Ace of Swords and the Sun. It's like you're getting something you want. You're getting a gift from the universe, or you're getting some sort of wish that you've been hoping for that's going to make you feel more fulfilled. So I do feel that you're kind of getting a wish. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Hierophant. Again, marriage again. So for those of you that want love, if you don't already have a person, which if you do, you could be with a person that you're going to marry. But if you don't have a person, then you could be meeting a person new in the near future. You do go up to the Three of Swords here, and we are going to have to see what that Three of Swords is about. Maybe you have to release a past heartbreak so that you can move on to something new and better. With the Four of Wands, you have the Star again. So there you go. Some of you could be marrying a star. It might not be someone who is famous, but it might just be a person that you see as really special or someone that really stands out to you. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, here you go. This card says settling. It says your soul is telling you you're on the wrong path. Allow yourself the time and the space to evolve and find your true path. Seven of Pentacles, right? Seven of Pentacles kind of says don't settle. He's already experienced what he has grown on the Seven of Pentacles. He needs to go grow something else, right? And you have this growth card. It says expect good money flow, a raise or a new job offer soon. It also says it's important to unlearn to grow as rules continue to morph and change. We are in a different time. The rules are different now. I believe that we're already in the new earth. All these great spiritual teachers talk about the new earth, but I think we're already in it. We just have to fill it with good ideas. So the growth card is saying, the rules have changed, things are different, and you are probably moving towards something that is different in your life. So don't be afraid of leaving something in the past behind, especially if it caused a wildfire or if it caused a tower moment in your life. Three of Swords could say that, sure, you're attracting a new person, but maybe you need to take a little bit of extra time to heal or rest, relax, recover, or take care of yourself. So again, don't rush right into something, especially during Mercury retrograde. I think the Mercury retrograde rules are mostly BS, right? For the most part, it's should you double check things? Sure, but you should do that anyway, right? Again, I can give you a million examples of mistakes that I've made, right? So again, you should be double checking things anyway. Especially important paperwork and stuff like that. But, also dating. It's yes, might things change after the retrograde? Sure. But, sometimes they change for the better. So, it's perfectly fine. But also what I would say is just take your time. It's Mercury retrograde. Don't rush, right? Heal, rest, relax, recover. You have the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is about having a victory. Ace of Swords is laser-like focus. And like we already said, I think it would be a great time for you to focus on the big picture. The Star really is a big picture card. The Star, there is this bird right here. It's an ibis. It's the bird of knowledge and wisdom right here. And the bird on the Star card kind of represents getting a bird's eye view. And so maybe you need to focus on kind of the big picture of what you want out of life. And, that could be helpful for some reason. The Ace of Swords also represents a sacrifice. The sword cuts both ways. So usually with the Ace of Swords, not always true, but usually we are cutting one thing out so we can have something better. And again, I think with the Tower, you're clearly cutting something out of your life that was a Tower moment so you can grow something better. You have the Knight of Wands. I think it would be an amazing time of I don't know what word I want to use here, no expectations or, just kind of being more in a playful vibe. Instead of, dating for marriage, I think you should just date and just see what happens, right? It's not you're being a player or anything like that. It's more you are just not taking things too seriously. It's sometimes I think if we go out and date with the intentions of marriage, it's we're already putting too much pressure on the other person, right? So I think that it would be better to just be kind of open and flexible than it would be to be this has to be my person and it can only be my person. It's when we do that, we start looking for all these little flaws and we start saying things well, their pinky toe is a little bit too long and they also have this weird zit in the middle of their forehead I can't start staring at, and now I have the ick, so now I don't like this person, right? That's ridiculous. So what I would say here, sometimes we just need to say, what, who cares that we all have flaws, I'm not perfect, and I'm just going to go have fun. When you allow yourself to have fun, then the other person is oh my God, this is a fun person, I'm going to ask him out again. Instead of being oh my God, this person was staring at the giant zit that grew in the middle of my forehead overnight, and now I'm panicking, and I can see them looking at it. This person makes me nervous, and I never want to date him again. Again, these things happen where we start snowballing in the wrong direction. So the Knight of Wands is saying, have fun, be lighthearted, be carefree, be playful, see what happens. Not just in love, all areas. With the Three of Swords, here you go, you have the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is a passionate new beginning. So I think that there could be a passionate new beginning. It's also out with the old, in with the new. This castle back here is crumbling. Clearly, there is a pile of rubble in your life, like I said, with the tower, and you're just moving on from it and starting something new. With the Ace of Swords, you have the Nine of Pentacles. I thought I saw something else, but I guess not. But Nine of Pentacles is a card of like pre-Empress energy. It's a card of, kind of gratitude and luxury as well. So I think that being grateful for what you have is always a good idea with the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is also a card of independence. So, looks to me like, while there is love here in the reading, it could be a really good month for you to just, kind of focus on yourself, make sure you're taking care of yourself, and all that other stuff. With the Knight of Wands, you have the Five of Cups. Yes, disappointments, right? So Five of Cups says that you need to be grateful for what you have. Fives in the tarot have very easy solutions, and the Five of Cups, all you have to do is turn around, see this cup, these two cups, and then you get the bridge and the castle. So I think a lot of you, it's about releasing what was and kind of focusing on what is right here. And by doing that, you're creating a turnaround, right? Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Chimera. It says, imagination clouds your judgment. You have this dagger. It says, conflict and danger lie in wait. Now, this is coming up in the good stuff. So maybe this is something that you've dealt with in the past where you kind of maybe made something, I kind of get the feeling of making a situation out to be something that it wasn't. And so, this could be in love, it could be in business. Maybe you thought something was going to be better than it actually was. And again, intuitively, that's kind of what I get here. It's like we all do this. We're all guilty of kind of romancing situations, whether it's work, business, or otherwise, or love, doesn't matter. And I feel like this is saying, like, you have learned those lessons. And we talked about learning lessons at the beginning, and especially on the Six of Swords. They have those 6 swords in the front of the boat on the Six of Swords. And those swords represents the lessons, the knowledge, the wisdom they gained from past situations. So it's like enough to be able to move forward is what this Eight of Wands is saying. The Eight of Wands is like quick movement, quick success, moving forward, moving towards success. So I feel like there is kind of like quick movement coming in for you, which we saw several cards in this reading all about you progressing or making quick movements forward. You have the Page of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles can represent like good news or something good coming in for you, and I feel like the Page of Pentacles is saying that you are moving forward in new directions. It also just represents newness, and really, that's all I'm getting off the Page of Pentacles is that, you're just clearly entering into a time after the Tower where things are new, things are growing, refreshing, right? Very good energy. So I would make sure that you continue to grow. You have the Sun, the best card in the deck. So the Sun kind of makes the whole entire reading more positive. But the Sun is also just a great card of joy, happiness, good things. With the Eight of Wands, you have the, apparently not, you have the Eight of Swords. Yeah, I really like this in the good stuff. To me, this would say that you're setting yourself free from a restricting situation. We see a lot of freedom in the reading. The Star twice, plus the Four of Wands. These are cards of freedom, setting yourself free, kind of looking at the big picture. Whenever we look at the big picture, we are setting ourselves free. We're not so focused in on things only working one way. We're seeing everything that is possible. So I kind of feel the Eight of Wands and the Eight of Swords are saying you're opening up to new possibilities. With the Page of Pentacles, you have the Three of Cups. Yeah, like I said, I get this energy too in the whole reading that's saying it would be a great time. I wanted to say no expectations, but like I think it would be just a good time to just live. Just live your life. Just go have fun. Don't go out looking for something. Don't, do things with any intention, right? I think that it would just be a good time for you to just kind of be in the zone of whatever happens. Like let's see what happens, right? And it almost gives me this kind of like exploration vibe off that Knight of Wands. He is a card of exploration, but I think like the more playful that like embracing a more playful energy is really going to serve you well for the rest of the month, because it's like just being open to allowing things to happen. I don't know, amazing things could happen. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but there you go. With the Sun, you have the High Priestess. Yeah, definitely a good time to trust your intuition. The Eight of Swords, she has a blindfold on, and the Eight of Swords says that she needs to trust her intuition. Like, she needs to open up to her intuition, and I definitely feel that for you. You have this Tiger card, says doing something risky, taking a chance. We talked all about taking a calculated risk at the beginning of the reading, so clearly it would be a good time for a risk. You have this bear card. It says danger, especially in money matters. Money actually looks pretty good, but again, I do think we are in a time where pretty much everyone should be keeping an eye on their finances. Don't spend money on things you don't need, all that other good stuff. So there you go. You have this camel. It says persevere and you will overcome problems. Pisces reading was basically all about this. So like I said at the beginning of the reading, it might be a good idea for you to watch the Pisces reading. But overall, I would say that the reading basically said that just to keep going and not give up. You have this dark man card. It says dealings or relationships with a man. Actually, it just says man. So a man. You have this archway card. It says new opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up. So there could be a person. Page of Pentacles can be a messenger or a person coming in for you that is guiding you on your path or your journey. And clearly you are heading in a new direction. I'm wondering, I don't really see this in the reading other than the tower, but I'm wondering if the tower was a little bit of a pause and you've been on pause and now you're finally moving forward. You have this frying pan card. It says trouble, accusations, dagger as well. Again, I think you need to get this out of your head. You always get this card with me, Virgo. Like, I feel that something happened to you in your past where maybe someone accused you of something or someone said something to you or someone did something to you. And it's like, this is a black cloud. I feel like I've said this to you before. I'm pretty sure. It's like there's a black cloud that's over your head. You need to, get that black cloud away from you. And I think you need to understand that things are different. Things have changed. That whatever that situation is does not define you, right? It could have been a tower moment or a wildfire in your life. Like maybe you took a risk, you tried something, it didn't work out. Maybe people told you, I told you that wasn't going to work. And now I think you're getting another chance to prove yourself again. Not that you should do it for that reason, but I'm just saying. So it looks pretty good, Virgo. I like it. Thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.